What has been the playbook, if you were to call it that? Like, how have you started to take all of this experience and then assist agencies in landing these kind of bigger deals? If you could transform it into a framework, into a playbook, what do you take agencies through? Let's do a role play here. I typically work with small to medium sized businesses. Maybe they're 3 to 10, $30 million. Normally I sell them some sort of like performance marketing package or something along those lines. It's, I don't know, 5 grand a month, three, five, something along those lines. How do I start to transition? How do I start to think about this? Walk me through the process that you would take me through as an agency.
Sure, sure. So, what we like to think about is since agencies historically have grown through more word of mouth referrals, there's a reason, right? It is still a relationship type of business, but you need a way to proactively generate new relationships. So, we've got a process that we call relationship making. And there's really three key components to that. The first thing is you need a way to build awareness and demand amongst your target audience for your services. If you're in your example, you're targeting these types of businesses that are 3 to 20 million. It's really about developing, first of all, like you said, you have at least an ICP, ideal company profile, and it sounds like you have a buyer persona. A lot of agencies we speak to don't even have that. So foundationally, it's like figuring out who do we even want to target in the first place. So once you have that, then you could start to build a list of who the target audience is. And one of the most effective ways that we've found to build awareness is through a thought leadership email newsletter. And it's basically taking your target audience and sharing insights with them. So I mentioned that research report that I did for Mark Anthony. It could be sharing research that you've done. But the idea is it's not a newsletter where you're going to be sharing your company updates. You just won this award or you just made a new hire. Prospects don't care about that. It's about thinking about how can your newsletter help your target audience do their job better. And that's really been a really effective way to build awareness. So that's part one of relationship making, is that awareness piece. The second part is you have to directly be able to engage these prospects. So we believe that really taking a more proactive one-to-one approach through cold email, through cold calling, but done in a very smart way, not just blindly cold calling and cold emailing everybody, but zeroing in on those prospects that you've built awareness for that are showing some sort of signals to you. And you could do that through technology. Who's engaging with you on LinkedIn? Who is engaging on your emails? Who might be visiting your websites? There's a lot of really great technology that you can see who's leaning in and just directly reach out to them more one-to-one. So that's the next step. But you're going to meet with these prospects. They're going to agree. But when you're talking about these larger deals, especially, you're not going to, this is not a one call close type of business, right? It's a relationship. You're going to share some insights with them on a call. It might be 3 months, 6 months, a year or more before they're actually ready to buy your services. There's nothing you could do to really speed up that process. So you need a way to nurture that relationship over time. You need to stay top of mind with them. But what you don't want to do is every week, hey, do you have a project for us? Hey, do you have a new opportunity? Like, you don't want to be annoying. So what we've also found is that email newsletter that I had mentioned is a great way to stay top of mind with prospects on a weekly or biweekly basis, putting some great insights into their inbox that, again, helps them do their job better, keeps you top of mind. So in 6 months, when that project does come about, they're going to remember, hey, I got this project. I've been hearing and seeing this thought leadership from these guys. I remember meeting with them. They had some really smart things to say. Let me reach out, to them. So there's really these three parts. There's the build awareness, there's the engage directly one-to-one, and then there's the nurture piece. But that's how we think about a more holistic approach to business development for agencies.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I think you're right. And most people don't even know who they want to go after, and they just take whatever's next up, and that's the wrong approach. But if you build that targeted kind of newsletter and that approach to saying, hey, you know what, we're going to compile a list of our ideal clients. We know it's a long-term game, and that is the name of the game when you're working with these bigger clients. It is a relationship piece. It is about that long-term relationship. So continuously providing them with value, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.